So the $500 million comes from an independent review. This one was given to the Calgary Airport Authority in July of 2008, jointly by UMA, ACOM, and EarthTech. They've been given the scope of work by the City of Calgary and the Airport Authority. In 2008, their estimate of tunnel and roadworks, $488 million. Graham Construction, another reliable, professional, big actor, big player in the construction business. They build roads, they build buildings, they know what they're talking about. Their estimate was $520 million for that scope of work. Now, Mr. Ninchi was here to talk to you earlier this morning. Jim Stevenson is the ward alderman. Everybody's running around, let's talk about something different than this project. And they're claiming you can build a tunnel for $150 million. Well, you can throw $150 million here, but you're not going to get what you're promising. You might get a very expensive crypt or a sarcophagus that you would, big cement box that you would build under this runway, and how long would that remain vacant before you fill it in with the road? Yeah, you might be able to do something like that for $150 million. The problem with the airport tunnel is that this runway project has been on the books for many years, and the Airport Authority has now finally pulled the trigger and said, we're going to start building it. That's why there was all this frantic activity in the last few months, because we now have a hard date to the closure of Barlow Trail of April 2011. This project is $500 million for the runway and $1.3 billion for an addition to the terminal. So there's a major international terminal that's part of the project. So this will link Calgary with the largest runway in Canada, 14,000 feet in distance, which will allow for long-haul cargo and passenger. For us as an inland city, the Airport Authority believes, like the Port of Vancouver, this is our port, and this is competitive advantages for the City of Calgary over other cities. So the problem now for those who are promising the tunnel that they have not calculated into their costs is that if they, in November, decide to go see the Airport Authority and come up with funding, their own money, borrowing money or whatever, to build this, the Airport Authority will quite rightly say to them, sorry, but we're underway, if we'll stop, we'll delay this project, but it'll be at your cost. City of Calgary proponents say, oh, look at this, look how close LRT is, let's just bring it over and link the airport to LRT. A couple of problems with that. First of all, that's never been in any transportation plan for the City of Calgary. Because if you think about it, the vast majority of Calgarians live to the south and west of the airport. They go this way to get there. Okay? So that's where your LRT and rapid transit to the airport should be coming from. The problem with coming here is that for somebody to get here by LRT, you actually have to go this way, and back. So you're double hauling, one direction east and double hauling back west. And this is expensive. Like, this is $200 million, 150 at least to build, and there's no alignment, so you have to go by land. And by the way, what the proponents don't tell you, this tunnel was not designed for LRT. What will eventually happen is that the northeast leg of LRT, north central I should say, will come up the Nose Creek Valley, and there will be a terminal here for right about here, sorry, there'll be a terminal somewhere in here, and then there'll be a spur line or people mover to go this way, and here would also
be some sort of station, I'm told, for the high-speed rail to Denver. We've already made the commitment to LRT. We know from everything we know, this is the backbone on which we're going to build a more sustainable city. Either we do it with our LRT in place or it's not going to happen around town. This is why your question of transit-oriented development is such an important one, because once you've got the backbone in place, then you need the policies to take full advantage in the public interest. This is the most successful light rail transit network in North America. We just carried the 1 billionth passenger a year ago. My dream is that 100 years from now, when people are talking in this university or anywhere else in Calgary, what is it that made Calgary what it is, they will say that the visionaries who built LRT and got us weaned off of the automobile back in the decades of the 80s and 90s and 2000s, they really got it right. The higher density, transit-oriented, mixed use, where you don't need your car, where you have convenient, rapid, high-frequency transportation. That's the dream. That's the vision in our planning documents that we've just approved, the Municipal Development Plan and the Calgary Transportation Plan. And if you're really truly committed to those plans, you cannot at the same time be in favor of this tunnel. I'm sorry, you just can't. Because now you've got a plan, you've got to fund it, you've got to implement it. And it's a strategic document, so you need to align your strategic investments to implement the plan. Otherwise, why do you have it? And so that's why Southeast LRT comes to the top of the list. That's the #1 infrastructure project.